Hi everyone, and welcome to Seeking the Sacred Earth. This is the second video in a series of how to teach children how to use emotions in a conscious and mindful way. So the first video was about having them pick an emotion that they love to experience. At least 2 or 3, depending on how much time you have with your classroom or your children. And to have them express it artistically. And to really get into what are the colors that are being used, is it an animal, does it have a face, what does it look like? And then really recording for each child, if there were animals, if there were colors, what were they? Because we're going to be using that information to help them transmute some negative feelings when they experience them. Now, the next part of this is to then ask them, and you want some time apart. You don't want to do this on the same day. The next exercise is to ask them, what are the feelings that you like the least, right? So more likely they're going to say things like fear, anxiety, anger. So if you have time, you want to take at least 3 to allow them to draw let's go for anger as the first one, to allow them to artistically express through color, through art, what does it look like? What does anger look like? And now specifically as you keep progressing with this particular kind of exercise, really notice the colors that they're using. And if you notice that children are using the same color, to bring that up, to be like, oh, interesting, everybody's using the same color, red or black or whatever, and now as they're starting to draw and express about these negative emotions, you really want to be conscious about, we're naming it. Let's express, what does anger look like? What does anger feel like? And this is a really good time to start incorporating this aspect, which is to say, and as we're drawing all of this, where do you guys feel anger in your body? When you're angry, where do you feel it? And to slowly start putting these ideas into this mix of where in their body would they feel anger? Where in their body do they feel fear? And to see if that, as you start that dialogue while they're coloring, while they're painting and drawing, see how that incorporates into everyone's picture. If they start, if this is a seed that then propels them into putting, different colors on different spaces of their paper. Again, you want to really record for each child what colors are they using for these, what we call more negative emotions. Again, all of this to help them understand that their emotions are not who they are, that their emotions are energy that is moving through their body because of thoughts that they're having, experiences that they're having. So at this point, when they're done with these drawings of the negative emotions, I would recommend allowing everybody to look at everybody's creations, that it's a sharing, so that already off the bat, they're understanding that, oh, it's okay to talk about these. Let's share how it makes us feel. Let's share our pictures that we've created. And you want to allow them to have a little more time than they did with the positive emotions in the sharing and the showing of the pictures. The show and tell of the pictures for the negative emotions we want to spend more time with, so that they're starting to understand, just because they're negative emotions or we have a harder time with them, it doesn't mean that we don't give them attention. Again, we're going to teach them how to name these emotions, so that, because once they name them, they start subsiding. It's when we deny that the emotion is happening that it grows and can control our actions in negative ways. So, thank you so much for viewing. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with people you love, teachers, mothers, fathers, grandparents, siblings of children, as we begin to teach them how to use their emotions to empower themselves. And again, please head to SeekingTheSacredEarth.com, where there's a whole backlog of videos and free tools accessible for everyone, not just children. So again, a big props to Brigitte and Sasha, who inspired me to start this plan, this program that we're in, helping children to empower themselves. And, also for parents and teachers, so that we're not walking on eggshells around emotional expression, because ultimately emotional expression is an area of our life that can enrich our dynamics with each other and our relationship with ourselves if we're given the tools to express them and handle them in healthy ways. So thank you so much.